Hey there, future healers. Ever found yourself whispering sweet nothings to a grumpy goldfish?
Or maybe, like, wishing you could just explain to your cat that acupuncture really isn't so bad.
This deep dive is for you. We are talking about landing your dream job as an alternative animal therapist.
And trust me, this isn't your average, run-of-the-mill career
They
advice.
going deep
Yeah, we're dissecting actual interview questions.
with RoleCatcher's incredible insights and, of course, the wisdom of our expert.
We're talking about taking your passion for animals and combining that with these fascinating alternative healing methods,
Yes,
and then showing potential employers that you're the real deal.
exactly. We've got our pause on RoleCatcher's career guide, alternative animal therapist, their interview guide, and this treasure trove of interview questions they have, plus our expert here to share all their insider knowledge, so you'll be more than ready to wow them in that interview.
Oh, yeah.
But before we jump into the hot seat, let's just paint a picture of what an alternative animal therapist actually does.
Right, because, sure.
Nailing the interview is great, but
Yeah, I love what you
I
do.
want to love what you do.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. Genuine passion, that shines through. Interviewers can spot a fake from a mile away.
Oh, so true. And RoleCatcher's career guide is packed with all these cool little tidbits. Like, did you know that these therapists, they aren't your typical vets?
Right.
We're talking holistic healing, think acupuncture, homeopathy, herbal remedies,
Yeah.
helping animals heal naturally.
Yeah, working with all creatures great and small.
Yes.
From those furry family members to horses.
So horses, yeah.
And even livestock.
Livestock, wow.
It's about seeing the whole picture, not just, treating symptoms. A deep understanding of that animal's well-being, that's key here.
I love that, seeing the whole picture.
Yeah.
Speaking of seeing the whole picture, RoleCatcher's guide also talks about specializing within the field.
Right.
Imagine becoming a certified veterinary acupuncturist.
Oh, wow.
That's like neck-level healing right there.
Absolutely. Specialization, it can open so many doors in this field. It allows you to really hone your skills, become that go-to expert in your chosen niche.
Okay, are you ready to dive into the interview trenches?
I am.
Let's tackle some of these make-or-break questions. First up, what inspired you to pursue a career as an alternative animal therapist?
Okay.
This one's all about your origin story. RoleCatcher calls it your time to shine. Like, let your passion for animal well-being really take center stage. What do you think, expert? Any tips for knocking this one out of the park?
It's all about authenticity. The interviewer wants to hear your unique journey. Think back to a specific moment, a defining experience that solidified your path. Was it witnessing the power of these therapies firsthand? Maybe a personal story with your own pet? Share that genuine spark.
Oh, a personal anecdote. Those are always so memorable.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher warns against generic answers here. I love animals. It just doesn't cut it. You got to dig deeper, showcase that fire in your belly.
Right, exactly.
Okay, next question. This one's a bit more technical. How do you assess and diagnose an animal's condition before recommending a specific therapy?
This is where you demonstrate that expertise. The interviewer wants to understand your thought process. How do you approach each case with a holistic lens?
RoleCatcher suggests a step-by-step breakdown. Instead of just saying, I examine the animal, get specific. What are you looking for? What methods are you going to use?
Exactly. Mention, observing their physical symptoms, analyzing their behavior, and importantly, incorporating the owner's observations as well. Owners can be incredibly perceptive about their animal's well-being.
Right. It's like a team effort. And RoleCatcher's guide mentions that alternative therapists might use diagnostic tools like ultrasound or x-rays, depending on their specialization. Speaking of which, imagine telling an interviewer, I'm also trained in interpreting ultrasound images. Talk about a power move.
That's a great way to stand out. It highlights your diverse skill set and shows you're serious about providing comprehensive care. But remember, honesty is key. It's equally important to recognize your limitations. For instance, when might you refer an animal back to a traditional veterinarian?
Ooh, good point.
Yeah.
It's about knowing when to collaborate for the animal's best interest. Okay, on to a question that I think many might find tricky. How do you communicate with pet owners, especially when they might be skeptical of alternative therapies? It's like, how do you advocate for these approaches without, sounding like you're judging their concerns?
Communication is everything in this field. It's about building trust, building rapport, emphasize your ability to explain, sometimes these complex therapies in a clear and compassionate way.
It's like you're building a bridge of understanding.
Exactly, precisely.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher gives a great example. Imagine a pet owner is hesitant about acupuncture.
Okay.
You could explain its long history and mention that it's recognized by organizations like, the American Veterinary Medical Association.
Oh, using those big names, that definitely adds credibility.
Exactly.
Shows you're not just pulling this stuff out of thin air. Now, speaking of credibility, can we talk about RoleCatcher's AI for a sec? This thing is seriously cool. It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket.
Oh, it's an amazing tool for polishing your answers. Imagine, uploading your resume, a job description, and then practicing your responses with AI feedback that's tailored to that specific role.
Hold on, back up. For those of us who still think AI is something out of the Terminator,
Right.
explain it like we're 5. What can this AI actually do?
Think of it like this. The AI acts like a super smart mirror, right? It's reflecting back how you sound to an interviewer. It analyzes your answers for clarity, confidence, and it even picks up on keywords that specific employers look for.
Wow, so it's not just about sounding good, it's about sounding good to the right people.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And since we're on a roll with these interview questions, let's tackle another one. Can you describe a time you had to modify a therapy plan to better suit an animal's needs? This one feels like it's all about flexibility, thinking on your feet.
Absolutely. Animals are individuals just like us. So what works for one might not work for another. RoleCatcher suggests having a compelling anecdote ready for this question.
So instead of saying, I'd adjust the plan as needed, which it sounds kind of vague, you tell a story about a specific case where you had to get creative.
Exactly. Maybe you were treating a dog with arthritis and you realized their exercise routine needed adjusting because they weren't recovering as quickly.
Right.
As you hoped.
That's a great example. It shows you're paying attention,
Yeah.
You're adapting your approach, putting the animal's needs first.
Exactly.
Okay, next question. How do you ensure the safety and well-being of animals during therapy sessions? This one seems pretty straightforward, right? What's the interviewer really looking for here?
It might seem basic, but it's your chance to shine a light on your commitment to, ethical and compassionate care. RoleCatcher really emphasizes that interviewers want to see more than just knowledge.
Okay.
They want to see that genuine care for those animals.
So it's not just about preventing bites or scratches or something like that.
Right.
It's about creating a calm and positive experience for the animal throughout the process.
Yeah.
What are some key things to emphasize in your answer there?
I would start by talking about, creating a safe and stress-free environment. That could mean minimizing distractions, using gentle handling techniques, or even incorporating calming scents like lavender.
Oh, aromatherapy for animals. I bet that's covered in one of RoleCatcher's guides.
Absolutely.
They think of everything.
It's all about understanding an animal's senses and how they experience the world. It's also crucial to highlight your ability to read an animal's body language, recognizing those subtle signs of stress or discomfort.
That makes so much sense.
Oh,
Like you're constantly tuning in to their needs, even if they can't verbalize them.
Mm.
Okay, let's move on to professional development. Question 6 is, how do you stay up to date with the latest advancements and research in alternative animal therapy?
This question, it's all about demonstrating your dedication to lifelong learning. This field is constantly evolving, so it's essential to stay ahead of the curve.
RoleCatcher recommends getting specific here. So instead of just saying, I read journals,
Right.
name drop some key publications or organizations that you follow.
Exactly. Mentioning conferences you've attended, courses you've taken, or even those online forums where you connect with other practitioners shows you're invested in your growth.
It proves you're not stuck in your ways, right?
Exactly.
You're open to new ideas and advancements. That's huge. Okay, next question. How do you manage challenging or difficult cases? This one feels like it's getting into the nitty-gritty of the job.
It is. It is. This question, it digs into your resilience and problem-solving skills. The interviewer wants to see that you can handle the tough stuff, the cases where there's no easy answer.
Because, let's face it, not every animal bounces back easily.
Right.
Sometimes it takes real dedication and creative thinking. RoleCatcher's guide stresses the importance of collaboration here.
Absolutely. It's essential to recognize when you might need to consult with colleagues, mentors, or even refer an animal to a specialist. It's not a weakness to ask for help. It shows your commitment to that animal's well-being.
I love that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, before we dive into the final stretch of questions here, Let's take a moment to appreciate the journey so far.
Okay.
We've uncovered the heart of this amazing career path,
Yes.
explored the ins and outs of interview prep, and even unlocked the power of RoleCatcher's AI.
It's incredible how technology can support our passion for helping animals, isn't it?
It really is. It's like having a secret weapon, right?
Yeah.
In your back pocket. Speaking of secret weapons, remember those specialized certifications that we talked about earlier?
Right.
Those could be game changers for your career trajectory.
Absolutely, absolutely. The career guide mentions several, like, becoming a certified veterinary acupuncturist or a certified veterinary homeopath. These credentials, they not only, deepen your expertise, but they also show that commitment to professional growth, which interviewers, they love to see.
It's like saying, I'm not just passionate about this, I am serious about mastering it.
Exactly.
Now, let's say you're just starting out and maybe don't have a ton of experience yet. What are some ways to beef up your resume, impress those interviewers?
Hands-on experience is so valuable. Volunteering at animal shelters, shadowing experienced practitioners, even, interning at a holistic veterinary clinic. These can all give you a competitive edge.
Plus, those experiences probably make for fantastic interview stories.
Oh, absolutely.
So there I was, surrounded by rescued puppies, and I realized...
Exactly. See, instant connection. And don't underestimate the power of networking.
Right.
Attending conferences or joining online forums, those can connect you with other like-minded professionals and open doors to, sometimes unexpected opportunities.
It's like they always say, it's not just what you know, it's who you know.
Right.
Although in this field, it seems like it's a bit of both.
It is.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground here.
You have.
From the nitty-gritty of interview questions to the broader career landscape. As we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
The RoleCatcher Career Guide mentioned that alternative animal therapy is a rapidly growing field.
It is.
What excites you most about the future of this profession?
Oh, what excites me most is this growing awareness that an animal's well-being is so deeply connected to our own. More and more, people are embracing a holistic approach, not just for themselves, but for their beloved animal companions as well. It's about recognizing that optimal health, it goes beyond just treating symptoms. It's about nurturing the whole being.
That's beautifully said. It's like we're all part of this delicate ecosystem.
We are.
And when one part thrives, the whole benefits.
Exactly, exactly. And as this awareness continues to blossom, so too will the demand for skilled, compassionate, alternative animal therapists. The future is bright for those who answer this calling.
And to our listeners, remember, your passion for animals and your dedication to their well-being are what make this field so special. You're not just choosing a career, you're choosing to make a difference. So go out there, ace those interviews, and let your compassion shine. This is the host, signing off until next time.